So, good morning, Black women. Just wanted to tell you really quickly, right? I think you guys need to wake up from this Deontay or whatever the hell his name is, Kyle syndrome. All the rest of these black males that are being ultimately pushed through the algorithm now more than black women. And you need to start worrying about going online and completely reading the entire bill that they're trying to put into a law called the Big Beautiful Dream, right? Within this bill, Trump is trying to push, he wants to put in place the fact that he takes away the dependency from children at age 8 all the way up to adulthood. He wants to take away schools from out of states like Louisiana where they have, poor education and not that many actual physical brick and mortar schools in different locations in black communities. He also is trying to push you, whether you understand it or not, back into households with violent, black women hating, and taking the lives of black males. They also do this to little black girls. By him taking away the dependency of children, that means you will no longer qualify for social services for your children. You will not get additional food stamps. So that means you will have to stretch your money and do what myself and many other black women have been telling you for the longest, but you still keep continuing to listen to dumbass black males who are trying to lead you astray and who are going to vote against your rights because they don't believe in feminism when election comes again in the midterm. You have to start organizing now and understanding. Read the bill, understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to take away every actual social service resource from you so that you think, because you are never forced to do these things, you make an absolute individual choice to deal with black males that will kill you and your children in your household and everything else. You see every day the pushback they give to these fake charlatans like this Dante, whatever the fuck his name is, dude, and every other guy on here pushing back and talking only about what they're doing on TikTok and every other platform to kill the character of black women and girls and to promote the most negative stereotypes in the world for us to affect us in the real world, to affect people hiring us, promote people firing us, promote hatred towards us and violence, promote people not to want to rent to us so we have a place to live. This is what they're doing. And for you black women to be so willfully obtuse and buy into everything a black male says because you're so starry-eyed about them, because you're so indoctrinated into a fucking fairy tale about believing that you need these motherfuckers for something, you're going to fuck all of us up. You really are. And we will literally be out in these streets fighting for our lives if you don't put your head on properly and understand that you should be on this app promoting feminism. Be promoting black women's rights, black women's humanities, our right to the same things in this world and this country like every other person. Instead of worrying about being in some fantasy-driven romance with a man, a black male, who is 6 times more likely to kill you by black femicide more than any other woman in this country, and 3 times more likely to commit domestic violence against you more than any other woman in this country, and 3 times more violent and sexually homicidal to the teenage girls and young girls that live in your home. I really need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to stop being the way you are, where anytime a black woman speaks to you, you don't listen. But anytime a black male talks, you think it's God speaking to you, and you believe and want to follow and want to champion behind this dude and do everything to benefit them and fuck yourself your own women, and your children, your girl children. You have got to wake up from under this spell, this fucking hypnosis, whatever you're on, because they're on here 24 hours of the day, always confirming and reiterating to you they don't like you. They don't give a fuck about what happens to you. Whenever they talk, they only talk about black males and boys, helping them, putting money out for them, actually getting off their ass and doing something for them. They have never done this for black women and girls. And now we're getting closer to a midterm election. And we have right now a small window for you to be on the phone telling your senators, telling your congresspeople, do not vote for any of these bills that Donald Trump wants you to vote for. Because remember, all of these people are up for election in the midterm. So explain to them, if you vote for him, we are not voting for you. And then if they take away our right to vote, because that is also in this bill he's trying to propose, you got to be on this app screaming and calling for the military to do their job, to protect the United States citizens against inside domestic terrorists, which would be this president. Because this is getting out of hand. And this is the most powerful instrument y'all have, this platform, and you're not using it. You're not using it properly because you're worrying about relationships and stupidity instead of your own rights, your own freedoms, and your own future for you and your little girls. I'm sure all of you heard that Trump is giving pardons to criminals and all this type of stuff. And this is all because he has something long-term down the line where he wants to set people up, especially these stupid black males who only think about standing behind and advocating for criminals. You see them doing it with Diddy. You see them doing it with that little short leprechaun fucking Canadian, right? They're always on the wrong side of history. They're always on the wrong side of the law. And they're always on the wrong side of doing what is right. Black women, seriously, y'all need to wake up. You have got to stop with this blind loyalty to these dudes who will sell you out and throw you under the bus and who will work hard every day to make sure you have nothing. When they're on here talking about the only thing they want from you is submission, it's not a fucking joke. They don't care if you have anything. They don't want you to have nothing. You have to remember all that ignorant shit they were saying about you before the FBI came on these platforms and cleaned it up. How they were talking about they would do nothing but love to beat you and kill you and hurt you and be over you like a fucking slave master. They literally say this all the time with their stories about submission and how you have such a bad attitude. This is why they passport bros. This is why they this. This is why they that. Because it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them, with their dying breath, wanting to be at a privileged level in the patriarchy where they are able to control, do what they want to women and girls. You need to understand this. And so the thing we need to be preaching is feminism on here, because we are human beings and we have the right to every freedom just like anybody else. And you need to stop following these black males, because the only thing you're doing is you're showing the white people in power that we don't have no backbone, and that if they dangle some fake fucking leader, because y'all are so obsessed with these black males being leaders when they're stupid as fuck and they don't contribute to shit, never have, never will. Anytime they dangle some stupid fucking black male leader in front of you, you lose your mind and you follow this motherfucker to the edge of the cliff and fall off. And they know that as long as you're out here supporting people like this Dante, whatever his name is, they can get anybody to come on here, talk some shit you want to hear, and right away you forget about black women dying because of abortion bans, little black girls dying because of being raped and forced to have children their bodies cannot handle, black women and girls going missing, being exploited, human trafficked, and every other terrible thing they do to us. Only thing you need is for them to dangle some fake fucking black dude in front of you, and you forget about every fucking tragedy and every hardship black women and girls go through, and you start going for the other team. You worry about black males' best interests, white men because black men represent the power structure of white male patriarchy. They represent keeping the foot on black women's necks. Y'all are not concerned with all the black women that lost their jobs. You're not concerned with the black mothers that are struggling out here, that don't have the education we have or the money we have. You don't care about none of that. All you care about is everything that is happening with black males and black boys. And you're not seeing that these same dudes, these black males with a little bit of money that came out and put all that money behind that little boy that stabbed that white boy, they don't do that ever for black women and girls. And y'all are still out here championing these people who will stand by and help the white people take you out and take away everything you have to be able to take care of yourselves. And you are too willfully obtuse to hear me, listen to me, understand me, and put that shit to the side and forge straight ahead about worrying about the bills these people are putting in place to take away our rights. You know, you don't want to be in a position when it's too late, it's too fucking late. And that's what y'all heading towards. Stop having conversations about marriage, relationships, and how a black male feels about you, thinks about you, or what he says about you. Please change it. Be on here talking about black women's future, fighting for our rights, fighting for feminism, explaining the importance of feminism, promoting feminism, teaching feminism to your daughters. You don't want to be a race of women who are the only fucking enslaved people in this country. Because if you keep sticking by black males, that is where you will be. They have no problem with slavery as long as you are the only slave. Why don't you understand that? They are never on your side. I don't care how many bullshit ass lives and content creators come on here like Publix, the other one, Shannon, whoever, this new dude. They're not doing anything physically to help us. They're not out politically doing anything to help us. They're not. They're reiterating religion, which does nothing but dehumanizes women, controls women, makes women inferior to men and everybody else in the world. You need to wake up. You ain't got to do nothing drastic. You got to put in your mind, women first, black women matter first and only. I must look at everything in this world that is coming towards my existence that can hurt me and push back against it. Start with this big, beautiful bill. Read that shit like you didn't read Project 2025. Get off of Dante, whatever the fuck his name is, videos. Stop caring about him. He's only talking. And his talk is never going to get shit done or accomplish anything. He's full of shit. He is a fucking smokescreen that white people allow on this app to divert you and redirect you from the way black women have been on here, forging the way for black women to get ready for the midterm elections and to fight for feminism and your rights. Every time you stand up for yourself, they always throwing some black nigga in your face to take away your accomplishments. You need to wake up. Now the racists are going on different campuses and colleges promoting to all the other people of color and white people to hate us once again. And they're doing this because they need the numbers. They need these people of color who hate black people, who are very anti-black and hate black women because of all of the black women bashing for 30 years black men have been doing on these platforms. They need those people to galvanize to vote for all this shit that will suppress us and themselves. But they're not gonna explain it to them like that. But they need them to vote against what we are all on here telling people to vote for. They are getting together right there, organizing right now. And instead of us worrying about a useless motherfucker like Kyle and all the rest of these dudes on here, you should be thinking about your own future and making sure every woman you know is on the same page with voting out every Republican that comes in office and that is on the phone every other day to the senator and to the congressperson, stop supporting Donald Trump. Those bills are hurting me. I need my children to be dependents so I could take care of them, be able to feed them, have enough money to do for them what I need to do without having a man in my home and in my life endangering my life and health and my children's life and health. You got to be real about shit. Every single woman that has died from black femicide has been by the hands, that is a black woman, has been by a black male. Do not think otherwise. And the majority of them, 99.9 of them, was somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend, somebody's baby's mama, somebody's relative. Stop fucking with these dudes. Stop thinking that you need them to survive. And that women like me who are telling you what is honestly happening is anti this or anti that. I am pro black women. I am for black women and girls living in this world free and without people fucking targeting them just because we are black women. Do you understand me? Y'all need to wake up and get off this shit. You need to stop these dumbass videos that are also here to cause confusion and division, which is the mother-daughter shit. You black women better understand. They pump that shit, and these are black people that support the patriarchy too, these women, because they don't want young black women to have direction by older black women, and especially their mothers, to give support, and most importantly, financial support, and a place to be when they have nothing else. They getting ready to take everything from you if you don't wake up and push back and stop worrying about black males and boys, right? But you steadily on here listening to women who are trying to put a divide between mothers and daughters, who are the only people daughters can go to when everybody in the world turns their back on them. Y'all better start paying attention to what people are doing on here. They are literally trying to isolate black women into nothing. And y'all are letting them do it because you're not paying attention. He's trying to let people out of so-called prison who have federal charges and state charges. His bullshit fucking get out of prison card free for federal prison means nothing if they still have state charges. He's doing all of this to work people up and actually strategically move people towards some long-term plan he has that most people haven't understood yet. We don't see all the things yet, but he's clearly up to something, and y'all are falling right along with it because you're not paying attention to what's happening. You should not be out here worshiping black males at any point for anything. They have never done anything historically to protect black women and girls, so you need to stop it. Stop it, because I'm telling you, when it comes time for election, they're going to vote for the white man. They're going to vote against women's rights. They're going to vote against you having any independence, because their whole purpose in life is to be your overseer. They want to be in your house beating you up with nobody saying they need to stop, raping your children and nobody saying that's wrong. Because remember, they can fuck children because it's legal, remember? This is how they think. And for y'all to be sitting here listening to me thinking that I'm lying or that what I'm saying is not true, go pay attention to what has happened in the real world. Go watch black femicide videos. Go read the articles. Go listen to some of the podcasts they have on it. What I'm saying to you is very fucking true. And if you don't believe me, or you feel like you need to constantly champion and support black males, you definitely will end up being a person who will be the victim of black femicide. Y'all need to wake up, because we running out of time and y'all are not. You're going backwards. We were going forward strong, and now y'all are all sucking the ass of this Deontay dude because he's saying something kind. He ain't doing shit, but he's just talking. He's benefiting himself because the more views he gets, the more pennies he gets off of the dollar from TikTok. So he's going to keep talking, but you never hear him talking about political shit, which is what he should be talking about. That's more important than a black relationship. You having the right to work, be independent, go to college, take care of your children by yourself, and be able to claim them as dependents, which they are, and not have to worry about children being forced into labor is way more important than a motherfucking relationship and some black male wanting to come in your house and be a fucking homosexual. Way more important. Get back right. Do what you're supposed to do for feminism, for women and black girls, because we're the only ones looking out for ourselves. These dudes are on the side of patriarchy. They are down with white supremacy. Please wake up.